Hi, I'm All Hail Dr. Doom. You might remember me from such documentaries as Carrot Top, Monster, Vegetable, or both, and Extreme Ironing, A Hero is Born.
All Hail Dr. Doom.
The Jewish Walk of Fame. Hey all, how you doing today? My name is Mike, aka All Hail Dr. Doom. So this is the first video I'm going to make, and it is surrounding the math on chem farming, your bonuses, and basically how you trump this game, because the genuine problem with this game is that there are so many things that are offered in donuts, but all of your characters and your buildings are creating cash. So the theory is that you have to convert your cash into donuts. So I'm going to discuss really how you do that, and the main method is chem farming, and how to obtain these donuts, and then collectively, what does it all mean? Can you do this as a free player? Is there any advantages? What's the right stuff to buy if you are going to buy certain items? And I'm going to go through all of that. So this is actually probably going to be a lengthy video. It's going to be a sloppy mess because I've never done this before. I have no idea what's going on, except for the math behind this game. That I do understand a little bit about. So I'll give you a little view of my town. You can see this little tire yard on fire. This is exactly what the rest of my town looks like because it's an absolute fucking mess. There's shit on top of shit. Rhyme, reason, yes, because basically what I do is as I collect any donuts, and you can see in the bottom left hand corner I have one donut. As I collect my donuts, I put this right back into my town, trying to increase my bonus multipliers, because my multipliers are the best, most efficient purchase with my donuts at this current moment. I'll explain exactly why moving forward. So just a little bit more of this sloppy mess. As you can see, I did purchase a bunch of expensive cash items thinking that there was an advantage to doing that. I should have waited very long down the road because there was a lot of donuts that I could have got with the money that I spent on these that I did not get by just buying this crap for 10 million or so. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. So basically, the way that you really need to get started with getting into chem farming, kwik-e mart farming, and turning cash into donuts is you have to have a good steady base of bonus multipliers and cash XP. So you need all of that getting bonused up. So the way that you get there is you really have to unlock Springfield Heights. Once you unlock Springfield Heights, it's going to give you the valet parking, the modern mansion, the classic mansion, deluxe condo. It's going to give you all of those at a certain limit, yes, but there are heavy multipliers, bonus multipliers that come along with these things. And these are all free. These are based upon doing these stupid ass jobs. You got your furniture shop, you're sitting on some couches, you're doing some marketing material, creating cell phones, coffee, you got some workout pads and awards and a little pharmaceutical action. So you have all of that work that you could do without spending any donuts, and you could be putting this in and getting those multipliers fairly quickly. So really here's the math, and here's what I want to explain about this. So let's dive into the spreadsheet. Yes, I threw this stuff into Excel or Google Sheets just so I could actually put the math together and really explain big picture exactly how this works and what you could be doing or what you're missing. And so let's start with the bonuses. So for the math, you can see these. What I've noted here in column J is which ones are free and which ones you have to throw donuts into. And obviously there's some that are a little bit of a hybrid, which are the beach hideaways, because you could purchase the beach hideaways with donuts, but the upgrades are free based on in-game jobs. So that's the only hybrid there. Priority is basically, obviously Springfield Heights you go for first, but where I would see the priority, bang for the buck on your donut spend. Spend there is basically your total donuts. Comments, discussing just a little bit more of where that line item came from, but diving right into Springfield Heights. So these 5 right here, these buildings, the business center, the classic mansion, deluxe condo, valet parking, and modern mansion, you get 10 of these each. So each of these come along with those multipliers. So right here, 150% bonus XP in cash. That's massive. So that is all free. Also, a note here, and I know I have 4 there. The actual limit is the actual free ones that are given is 3. But as you obtain land, there is 3 of the burning bushes that you can get from just purchasing the land. So I just threw those in because those essentially are free or come along with expanding your game. The private islands, those as well are free. You can get 3 of those, but you do not get the upgrade at the purchase of the private islands. You get it when you upgrade to level 2. And there's no reason besides just looking nice to go from level 2 to level 5 because there is no further upgrade. So once you get to level 2, that's all you're getting. So you can only get 3% total with the 3 private islands. That's the max that you can get for those. Beach hideaways I was going over before, but that is the quantity of 5 that you're allowed to have, and they're 40 donuts each, and so it's a heavy expense of 200 donuts, but in the end, based on those 200 donuts and the in-game jobs to upgrade those beach hideaways, you could be at another 100%. And there is no other place that you're gonna find a place that you could spend 200 donuts and get an 100% bonus XP in cash. That's unheard of, and that's why you gotta get that as soon as you can get those donuts saved up. Other things that I just wanted to call out that are great cost savings as far as donuts go, that's going to give you a lot of bonus XP and cash. Whacking Day Bundle, 10.75% bonus. There's a lot of things within the yearbook that you can dive into. Murder Horn, the Springfield sign, all of those. Whatever you could obtain, anything at over 5% that you could obtain for 30 donuts, that's a win. One of the places that I spend a majority of my donuts trying to get XP multipliers is in the mystery box. You will be very surprised if you spend maybe 100 donuts in the mystery box, how many Channel 6 news vans and how many itchy and scratchy billboards that you'll get for that, and the amount of multiplier that you'll get with those. Yes, you'll have to probably play a little hiding, but it's really all good because the amount of space that those 2 take up and the multipliers you can get, and the mystery box is 6 donuts per. And a lot of times you'll also be getting donuts back. So you could sit there with 100 donuts, and I've actually sat there with 100 donuts and I've gotten a 17% multiplier from the 100 donuts by getting donuts back and just going back in. Yes, you get a lot of Chalmers Car, you get a lot of the pond. Sell those off and just keep rolling through. I think you're gonna find a huge benefit because you really can't get that return on a lot of items. So the mystery box, looking for those 2, the Channel 6 news van and the itchy and scratchy billboard. So what I really wanted to break down here is a lot of these I did purchase with donuts. So what can be done for free and what can be done for obviously throwing donuts into the game. And as you make donuts, you want to throw them back into the game, and that's obviously my method. So with here free, and you throw those free bonuses together, you get yourself 155% XP and cash bonus multiplier. So let's work through free right now, and I'll explain maybe why certain purchases are warranted, because this is going to take you a little bit of time if you do this all free and try to KEM for free. So 155% bonus. Looking at the daily character math, just going through quickly, I split up. I've been playing for 6 months, and I split up what I have gotten for free and obtained through the storylines and events and challenges versus what I've spent donuts on. So you could have a little outlook on, if you played for free, what you'd be able to obtain over that time. So right now, I've made a little bit of a split. So you can see the standard characters and the freemium characters I've obtained free and through events and through the storyline of the game, and the premium and God I have purchased. God is the single most important character in this game. The return on investment on God is obnoxiously good once you keep increasing that bonus multiplier. But even without it, starting at the free one, 155%, that's bringing in near $2 million every 24 hours, which is the basis for being able to turn your cash into donuts. And I'll explain that math and exactly how that rolls out. So right here, basically I'm removing God and removing the premium characters. For the free, you're looking at, over the last 6 months, with doing basically 4-hour jobs 4 times a day, you're looking at $177,000, $178,000 that you're getting in from your characters. With mine, with my premium characters and God, obviously God is the massive breadwinner. You can see that he's making $4.8 million from my bonus of 517.75. I'm making in for my characters near $5 million. God is the big breadwinner, obviously. Going over to math, I did the same kind of split. So free buildings, you could see 79 and blue houses, you could obviously be obtaining those. The cost of blue houses are going to increase heavily to 216, and it becomes challenging to be able to purchase and gain revenue, but you will eventually get over that hump, and that's one of the tactics that a lot of people use will be the blue houses, because it gives you the 8-hour splits, and with sleep you can convincingly get that done 3 times a day with those 8-hour splits, and with sleep and without having to do anything crackheadish to play this game. So again, I split that up. You can see the free money that you're getting with the free bonus, and that's $130,000, roughly $130,000. And with me and my multiplier and the premium stuff that I have as well is bringing me to near $500,000 that I'm getting from these buildings. So just to explain that difference. So this all rolls up to a location. So let's talk about this. So there's daily KEM farming in 2 different methods. There is when you're doing it and you are below level 939. I know that there is there's below level 100, in which it's obviously much easier to be able to level up. I'm not using that and not going through that math, because it's a very, very small amount of time that you'll be spending there KEM farming, and you'll eventually obviously get to level 100, in which through the amount of donuts that you're going to obtain through leveling to 100 is very little to where this whole thing goes. So jumping into KEM farming under level 939, but assuming we have to make some assumptions here. You have the XP Collider, which is an absolute mandatory thing to have when you're KEM farming. You're under level 939, you're above level 101, and you only have one Quickie Mart in town. Reason being is that the Quickie Mart prices go up from the first purchase to the 25th purchase, the 25th being that max of 14,400. So with that, there is a KEM schedule that as you purchase them, it's not truly that 14,400 immediately. There is a benefit that you have from that grouping right there, that your true cost is less than that 10,800. So taking that all into account, going back over here to daily KEM. So when you're pulling in that information from the free daily character math and the free daily building math, bring you an income daily of 307,000. With that, you have the ability to purchase 47 Quickie Marts, and using that free bonus, so this is all free based on just about 6 months, maybe 5 months worth of play, you will be creating this much XP, and that XP is going to convert to 2.4 donuts. Right below it, the example that I have there is actually rat traps, just to show the difference between farming with Quickie Marts and farming with rat traps. There's obviously a massive advantage. Farming with Quickie Marts, rat traps will not support you. Once you get to a much, much higher level, and there is very little care about that differential that you'll have there, and this is mine already, so there's obviously already a decent difference there. By near 20 donuts, by going Quickie Mart versus rat traps, maybe you'll less care about the time that, because of the time, and you'll just want to drop down the rat traps because you're just that far ahead. But something to think about, just showing the difference between those two. So, Quickie Mart farming for free. So this over here, we're looking at just from the Quickie Marts, and obtaining this stuff for free, you could be doing 2.4 donuts a day. The problem with the 2.4 donuts a day is that the Collider costs 25 donuts. So, with that being said, your 2.4 donuts a day over the 10 days, and the Collider costing 25 donuts for 10 days, you're basically going to be at a loss, or just close to net, barely, with that. So the challenge being is that you have to overcome by either your bonus, more bonus, a higher character total or a higher building total. You have to be able to increase that revenue total over that 300,000 to be able to basically, because this needs to be over 2.5 to have it be worth it or net. So the other things that are going to get you over that hump is that there are other ways in this game to obtain donuts, and some of them are free, some of them are not. But the ones that are free that I wanted to note is that once you get everything done with recycling, you get all your monorail stuff going through, you get all your monorail stations, your the monorail tunnel through the mountain, and you get all those locked in, you have an opportunity to create donuts through recycling. So based on being pretty aggressive, you should be able to actually create 0.7 donuts per day through aggressive recycling once you have all the story characters that are against recycling. So that is possible, but it is quite aggressive. So just a note there. Challenges are a massive thing, and I think that this is a very light average, but it's probably closer to a half a donut or even a little bit more, but you should be able to, at a minimum, create 0.4 donuts a day from challenges due to either getting donuts from the challenges or getting donuts due to doing a certain amount of challenges. So say you complete 10 challenges, certain times you get a certain amount of donuts. So through all of those activities that you get, you do have an absolute opportunity, and this is, I think, a very minimum of 0.4 donuts per day on those challenges. Moving forward, also, once you complete the Maggie quest, and I believe that there's 22 areas of that quest. It's called the beginning of the end, I believe. You are able to get the Maggie mini game, in which you could get a donut every 16 hours by finding Maggie on top of a building. So it's not perfect. I've heard issues of people not being able to find Maggie or actually finding her and having some issues. So I'm assuming that you'll be able to possibly get this done once every 2 days, even though it's a 16-hour rollover. So throwing that in, obviously you're trying to get donuts wherever way possible, throw that in. And if you do all of those and you are aggressive at this, as a free player with KEM farming, so that other methods that I just described here free are 1.1 donuts a day. With KEM farming included, that's 4.3 donuts a day. So if you're a free player 5 months in, this is very possible that you could be obtaining 43 donuts over a 10-day total, and basically be a net positive of near 18 donuts over those 10 days with the collider. So although that sounds like very little, that is the start of positive donuts. And as you create donuts, as I said, put that back into your bonus. Once you put that back into your bonus, that is just gonna increase everything, whatever fold. But that is really the way to increase. That is the best bang for buck that you use for your donuts until you plan to just really buy stuff that you wanna get in this game. So that was the summary and other donuts. So now what I actually want to get to is advanced KEM farming. So this is for this is not for free players. These are for people that have been playing for a hot minute and understand KEM farming and are actually getting past the level 939. So this is actually, just to do a quick summary, these are my numbers for under level 939. So I'm pulling in roughly $5.4 million, which allows me to purchase 523 kwik-e marts. With my bonus, that I get this amount of XP. My total amount of donuts I can get is near 65 donuts with the kwik-e marts, making basically my conversion rate $84,390 per donut. And the goal is to reduce that cost. And that is really the name of the game, that dollar per donut gets down. And the way that gets down is that increasing. Just down here, this is quick math. Basically, the plot of land that I have allows me to drop my kwik-e mart farm location, allows me to drop 144 kwik-e marts. So the math obviously is because the pricing of the kwik-e marts resets with every farming interval that we have. I'm able to actually, through those 4 intervals, have a better rate of return. So instead of 64.6, I'm actually getting 71 donuts by doing the 4x144 kwik-e mart farms, which I do have the money for. So that is my scenario currently. So where I am, as you saw, is I'm over 600 in levels, and basically at this rate, within a week, I'm gonna hit level 939. So the game changes at level 939, and not dramatically, but what basically happens is it's a little harder in XP to get to your next level. However, you're given a scenario where you have a chance to get 1, 2, or 3 donuts. However, there's a cost. So say for example, that box comes up, you've got to the next level, and these are the 3 options. So you pick out of the 3 boxes the donuts that you're gonna get. So say it's 1 donut. You have the ability at that point to spend $50,000 to unlock the other 2 hidden boxes. So it could be either 2 donuts or 3 donuts. So with that kind of leads a little, which direction do I go? Is there any advantage to one scenario or the other? So what I did is basically laid out the math of how the scenarios work and what are the different basically options. And so what it comes down to is if you're spending another $50,000 on a donut through that process, through that hidden box, and you only get the 1 donut and you want to spend $50,000 to get the next donut, that's all good and fine. And these numbers are pretty logical, and they're going to reflect that just go for it. Just keep spending until you get those 3 donuts. Basically, the math, the way it lays out, and what I wanted to describe here is that is not exactly the case, and that also changes based on your XP multiplier. So at this moment, once I get to level 939, what I did the math up here is based on, I'm assuming I'm not gonna get screwed every time. I'm assuming I'm not gonna win every time. So the assumption is that I'm gonna try to get 3 donuts every time. Sometimes I'll get them right away. Sometimes I will have to pay $100,000 to get all 3 donuts. And in the middle, I'll have to pay $50,000. So what I base the math on is that it's gonna be the law of averages, that we're gonna meet in the middle, and EA Sports is being fair. So I used the thought process that I'm gonna get 3 donuts every time. However, I'm gonna have to pay $50,000 for at least one of those donuts. So with that math, this puts me at $72,707 per donut. What I want to explain here is that basically, once this number gets below 50,000, it is no longer advantageous to do certain scenarios. So I'm gonna throw in, so I've seen a bunch of people on YouTube that have near 2,000, 2,500 in bonus XP and cash. So let me go here and just throw in a pretty large number. Let's give them another 1,600. So that is gonna be near 2,100 in bonus XP in cash. With that, we're gonna come over here to our daily KEM farm, and what we see is that the scenario has changed. Where it was originally advantageous to do 3 donuts and then pay $50,000 to get your 3rd donut, that scenario, and what we have here is that if you get 2 donuts immediately, it is no longer advantageous to move on. So as you can see, that $24,000 per donut. Here, if you're actually getting the 3 donuts and spending $50,000, then you're doing worse. So if you see 2 donuts initially, at this bonus XP, you take it. Where this is that is the second best scenario that you'll have, and it's not gonna be a win. Obviously, this is gonna be the worst scenario if you're spending $100,000 to get the 3 donuts. And now rolling through, if you get 2 donuts for $50,000, that's actually even less expensive than the 3 donuts for $100,000, obviously because of that number. And the 1 donut initially is the 3rd to worst. So obviously you can see how these numbers change and react to each other because of this bonus multiplier. So just something for advanced users to understand, and I can actually make this spreadsheet available for anyone who would find use to it. there is different scenarios once those bonus donut boxes come up at leveling up past 939. So with that being said, this really was beginner, middle, and advanced kwik-e mark farming and the numbers and math behind it. This is my first video, so I'm sure I did a shit job explaining something somewhere. But hopefully I got a decent amount of content in there that someone would understand and be able to get some kind of value from this. So thank you everybody for your time. Once again, my name is Mike. In-game name is All Hail Dr. Doom. And have a great night.